What's up, Algebra peeps? It's time for lesson 54. If you have not done lab 4, you need to do that first. You need to at least give it a try. Don't tell me that, like, I tried and I couldn't make it happen. No. You look at those pictures and push those buttons that they say. Okay? Because I'm going to be doing that too. And obviously, I know things that end up being user malfunction on those calculators. Hopefully, we can fix that if you're having problems. Remember, you can always send me a text. You can give me an email. You can call me up on your phone. Smoke signals work too. And I will come to your aid. I will help you. Lesson 54. We're going to be doing some stuff today, mainly on that graphic calculator. Box-and-Whisker plots. Do you got your box with you? I've got a box right here, and got some whiskers right here. Some of you do too. You're going to need that OSU pencil. You're going to need a place where you're going to write stuff down today. This is great homework paper for this because it already has the grid that you're going to use to draw in your little box and whiskers. And then definitely, for sure, you're going to need your graphic calculator today. Alright. Let me see some cool stuff on there. So, what do we got? We got this way of talking about statistics. Okay, it's a picture. I love a picture. It tells me a lot of stuff. Where if I just have a list of numbers, maybe it doesn't say so much to me. And what a Box-and-Whisker plot does is first you have a number line that has to be there with some stuff on it. Got numbers here. And then you got this box that's displayed. And in the middle part here, you have basically the middle 50%, middle half of your data. So that means that 25% of your data is over here, and 25% of your data is over here. And then let's talk about these particular points. The points, the endpoints here of these whiskers, and the endpoints of the box, and this middle line through the box, are what's called a 5-number summary. I'll show you how to find these things on your calculator once you've added the list. The 5-number summary includes the minimum value in your data set. Then you've got what's called quartile 1. That would be right here. So here's our minimum. Quartile 1 is going to be 25% of the way from your smallest value. So quartile 1 is at the 25% mark. The median, well, we know about that before. We've done that before. This is at our 50% mark. Remember, the median is the middle value. Quartile 3 is at the 75% mark. Quartile 3. And then you got your maximum value. Those 5 things in there are your 5-number summary. And they tell you something about both the middle of your data. They tell you about this middle 50% and where that median is and how stretched out it is. If it's really tight, it means a lot of your numbers are really close, and if it's spread out, it tells you that too. So it tells you about the center stuff and also the spread stuff. There's one more thing that we're going to check for, and that thing is called an outlier. I think if you tuned into that other lesson where we talked about outliers, I mentioned there's a really good book by Malcolm Gladwell by that name that you might find interesting, especially if you like hockey. Okay, outliers. And an outlier would be something way on the edges here that doesn't seem to fit the rest of the data. And now we get to actually talk about the formula that goes along with that. The first thing is that we have to figure out how wide this box is. Okay? And that's called the Interquartile Range, or the IQR. The Interquartile Range. And the way that you find the interquartile range is that you take your quartile 3 number and subtract from that your quartile 1 number. Okay? That's it. That's what you start with, the interquartile range. Quartile 3 minus quartile 1. From there, you do a little math. Okay? You take your interquartile range, whatever that is, that number is, and you multiply it by 1.5. Okay? You multiply it by 1.5. You say, well, it's 50% bigger than this box. And then we go two directions. We go to quartile 3, and we go from quartile 3 that amount. And if we get anything, any of our data points that are past 1.5, the interquartile range, up from quartile 3, that's an outlier on this side of the picture. It doesn't seem to fit with the rest of the data. It's all out there all by itself. And then we also go this way. We go from quartile 1 and we take away the interquartile range times 1.5. And if we end up with any data points that are further to the left or smaller than quartile 1 minus the interquartile range times 1.5, that's an outlier on the small side too. So we're going to check a couple sets of data for those and see if we can find any. We're going to be talking about baseball and home runs again today. So I'm going to move over to the calculator, and we'll get going with that and show you some real data and how it plays out with the interquartile range and with our 5-number summary and our box and whisker plots. I'm going to start this off by loading up some test scores into my calculator, and depending on what kind of student you are, you're either going to like these numbers or not. So turn on that calculator, and the first thing we're going to do is going to go to Stat and choose number 1, Edit. And what I want you to do is I want you to hit pause and enter that list of data into list 1 like I've got right here. Okay, now that you got your list entered, we're going to start playing around with it. We're going to pull up what's called one variable statistics on this thing, which will display our 5-number summary. So you can push that stat button again, and this time instead of picking something from that first category, from that first drop-down menu, we're going to go over to the second one, calculate, and number 1 there says one variable statistics, and we're going to hit enter and choose that. Okay, I'm going to take my list 1 stuff and choose list 1 by using my second button and the number 1. And when that comes up, I'm going to scroll down here to calculate and hit enter. And I get, the first thing there is the average. But I don't really care about the average. That's not one of the numbers that I want. I want to come down here where it has the minimum x, quartile 1, the median, quartile 3, and the maximum. Those last 5 things in that list are my 5-number summary for a box and whisker plot that I can draw. So if I wanted to at this point, I could draw myself a number line that somewhere toward the bottom I'm going to have a 75 on there, and by the top it's got a 99, or it could go all the way out to 100 and then just go 1 less than that. Okay, and then I'm going to draw my box and whisker plot on top of it. At the end of my whisker has to be down here at 75. And then quartile 1 is going to have to be at 79.5. So I draw this, and then this is where I draw the end of my box. The median is at 81.5, so that's not too much further. 81.5. And quartile 3 is at 86. So I'll just kind of eyeball it. Be something like this. The maximum then is way over here. And there's my box and whisker plot. My calculator can do the same thing with it. Maybe we'll compare my version with the calculator's version. I'm going to get out of there, and then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to turn on the stat plot. It goes second y equals. And I put mine down here in number 3, but you can put yours wherever. You're going to choose that stat plot, make sure that it's on, and then make sure that this one right here is highlighted. That's our box and whisker plot. If you haven't chosen the list, you need to choose that in that box right there, list 1. And then all you got to do from there is make sure that it prints this thing off for you. And so you're going to hit the zoom button and choose number 9, or scroll down and hit enter on number 9. Either way works. Zoom stat will change your screen so that you can see your data. And there it is. If I want to check this, I can hit trace, and it tells me down here at the bottom the median, quartile 1, minimum. It tells me my 5-number summary. Now, are any of those outliers? That's the question. So let's do that really quickly with this set of data. We had that quartile 3 minus quartile 1 is our, that's a Q, is our interquartile range. And so in this case, it would be 86 minus 79.5 would end up being, what, 6.5. Okay, then we need to go 6.5 times 1.5 to get my 1.5 times IQR. This is what we're going to use to check for outliers, and that's 9.75. So I want to look at my list, and I want to see if there's anything that's at quartile 3 plus 9.75. Anything above that number is going to be considered a statistical outlier. 86 plus 9.75 is 95.75. So definitely there is. In my set of numbers here, I had 99. Everything else fits inside of it on that side, but 99 is definitely an outlier because it's beyond IQR times 1.5 up from quartile 3. Now we can go the other direction too. We can go from quartile 1, 79.5. We can take away 9.75. 9.75, and I get 69.75. And I look at my list. Is there anything there that's less than 69? No, there's not. So there's no outliers on the short side, but there is one outlier on the long side. Okay, I'm going to do one more thing. Maybe some of you have seen this before, my comparison of Roger Maris and Babe Ruth's home run records. And what I'm going to do for this is I'm going to use this to compare data, but I think I need to do this in another video so that I don't run out of time. So check back in really soon. The next one should say part 2, and I'll go ahead and I'll demonstrate side-by-side box and whisker plots so we can compare these two home run hitters.